Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Son Show. Today we are going to be doing a thing which we have not done in a long time, which is actually, never mind, that's a lie, because we didn't upload a video. Actually, that was totally intentional because Easter, so we didn't want to upload a video because of that. Totally not out of, a certain individual who is not sitting right next to me at the current moment, playing a game and being on live stream until like 10 o'clock or whatever it was, so we couldn't do the video because we were both asleep, or actually no, someone was asleep, and somebody else and that other person were debating some like vapid political nonsense for the other 3 hours. Then we realized that it was video day, and then we did. Oh wait, I'm doing it again, aren't I?
Howdy, folks! Welcome back to another Tuesday Treasure Chest, and you guessed it, we've got something really cool in.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say we were doing a treasure chest video, and then I got distracted.
It's okay. So it gives me something to say. Otherwise, I just stand here looking pretty. But because
you've never done that, you just stand there.
I know, right? I don't even stand there. I just sit here.
Right.
But now I'm doing it. But because it is April, and we almost always 2 out of 3 do a Western month.
Yeah.
Last one we did John Carter, and can you blame us? Really, John Carter? Come on, folks.
There's a Don Savant.
I'm actually listening to the John Carter novels again on audiobooks because that's how much I dig it. But this time we are going to show you something, a huge blast from the past, 1979, I think it was, from TSR.
Dusty.
Is it? Oh, wow. That's how long it's been since we've done one of these episodes.
Wow.
But you guessed it because it's in the title of the video. Today's treasure chest is the original, not even really the original, but the first printing of, you guessed it, Boot Hill from TSR Hobbies. This one is actually still sealed. Some of the shrink wrap is tearing off it, but I've never opened it. I got it a long time ago.
Does this still count as unopened?
Yes, it does.
Really?
Yes, it does. Now close the box.
But you literally, you don't even need to rip anything to get it out because 2 big holes in it.
But I actually happen to have
3 big holes.
an actual opened copy of Boot Hill. Put that one off to the side, and we'll show everybody. Here, just give me that. I'll put that over here. Inside the original game, including the dice, which I do not have. Yes, pesos, I know. You couldn't afford real gold coins, folks.
Why do you have pesos in here?
Because they're coins, and then they're coins. You got the original Boot Hill rule book, and I actually have a third printing and a first edition copy elsewhere, but I'm not bringing that out because it's sealed up. But this was a mighty 31-ish pages for the whole combat role-playing sort of experience of Boot Hill. And I've also got in here a photocopy of a Dragon Magazine article for equipment from volume 6, number 4 of the Dragon Magazine. You'll Geek probably has something like this in his collection, but it's just a bunch of things that you can add to the equipment list that the characters can buy with their money. And then the map of some part of, I guess, the United States. It's very much like the old Gamma World map. I'm betting they started with the same thing. Watch out, sports. It's just a big map of the countryside. And when I flip it over, Jackie's going to go, ooh, that reminds me of Red Dead. And then on the other side...
This is not...
Excuse me. On the other side, you've got various rooms and buildings of Western, lore that you could do your battles and your adventures in.
This isn't a peso.
Is it Canadian money?
This isn't a peso.
What is it?
This is a Chuck E. Cheese token.
Hey, you know how much that's worth now these days? And then a printout from just their catalog, and a mostly intact set of counters. Some of them just fell out, because when I played.
1994.
Yeah, see, it's a collector's item. So it's maybe worth 8 cents. Counters for playing the game in case you don't have the miniatures. And more counters fell out as I put it in. I actually have every Boot Hill miniature made back in the old days by Grenadier and Dixon Hill and a few other companies. But I also have Mad Mesa, the first Boot Hill module. Boot Hill BH2, Los Conquistador Mine. And spoiler, if you've never played this one actually has a little bit of spooky, supernatural elements to it, which, you gotta love. The fact that they, it's supposed to be a strict, realistic game, but they had the guts and the gumption to actually throw in, a ghost, let's say, in the module. And then this one would be my son's absolute favorite because it's called Ballots and Bullets, where you affect the election in a little western town. And it's actually one of my favorite adventures because it's so in-depth. And without the modules to go with the game really amounts to not much more than just a board game, kind of like Gunslinger, that I'm going to try to review later on this month. And then I've got Burn Bush Wells and Range War, another one of my favorites, because this one involves a lot of NPCs and a lot of things going on, trying to do with who owns this property and this stretch of land. And then last but not least, I have the the DM's screen that has a small adventure in it. And these 5 modules, if you could pick them up or if you already have them, would make for a really good campaign of 4 to 6 players who really want to just, do the Old West, sort of the Magnificent Seven thing, or the Seven Samurai, but in Western, format, going from adventure to finally being able to retire somewhere around the end of Range War, which would be a perfect. There's no typing. A perfect conclusion to a nice Western adventure. And I'm looking forward to getting to run this with the right group of people, mostly my son and his friends who are actually, believe it or not, into the Wild West theme. You, Alex, Jovel, maybe a couple other kids, I think would make for a nice summer campaign if we can swing it. But mind you, it's not the most complex game. 30 pages for all of the rules that, make up the game. That's pretty good, for, limiting it. Obviously, there's not a lot of rules on skills and that sort of thing. But it's one of the classics. If you don't have it, you can get it various places, Pirate Bay and other places to...
Well, pirating.
Pirate Bay, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Or you can go to some of the other companies that actually, can legally sell you the PDF.
Legally.
But, whatever you choose, I hope you guys give this game a chance.
My favorite country is the country that puts coins on their coin.
I don't even know. I can't read it.
It's treasure chest.
Oh, okay. Well, it's treasure. It's Treasure Chest Tuesday.
And that's not even alliteration. I mean, it's technically alliteration, but not really.
Yeah, it's the best I could do, short notice. And we stuck with it, so we're going to stick with it. And, we have Grim to thank or to blame because it was his idea. So, yeah, Grim, thank you. Bo, thank you. James L., thank you. To all our friends out there, Squirrel Hermit, I can't wait to chat with you this Friday. Grim, thank your wife again for being on the prepping show today. For every one of our friends out there, we want to thank you guys again for, sticking around and playing along with us. Hopefully you guys will get into the whole summer thing and get some good games in while your kids are home, like I plan on doing, and get some good role playing in. What do you think? Boot Hill sound like fun?
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Red Dead, and
yeah,
we're gonna get to watch a couple of good Western movies this month, and maybe that'll spur the interest.
We already watched a good Western movie last month.
So there you have it, folks. Anything you want to add, Smart Guy?
No.
You sure?
9.
Not even good night?
I'll say that, yeah. Good night.
Have a great week, everybody. We love you guys, and...
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, happy trails. There you go. That's what I forgot.
But you say that in the description.
I know, but I'll say it again.
But that's not how we do things.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.